He was the first person to give me his time and not only be a mentor, but also a father figure and a true friend.
Even those who don't really know him well have almost instantaneously a very high regard for him.
Always was a good worker, always was willing to help people.
Aris Melissaratos, engineer, industrialist, aerospace executive, investor, philanthropist, government official, author, and today, a university administrator. Prior to landing on American soil, life was different for Aris. Born in Romania to parents of Greek descent, he recalls escaping air raids and fighting to survive the close of World War II, a communist culture that left little nostalgia for a young boy.
I remember, and I don't know how, being carried down earthen steps deep into underground chambers to escape the bombing of the Germans and the Russians. I mean, I must have been like 2 years old.
In 1950, the Melissaratos family fled to Greece as refugees, and in 1956 emigrated to the U.S., settling in Baltimore. Aris, age 13, spoke not a word of English. Leaving behind the world of economic hardship, he worked 2 jobs, one in a bakery with his father, and the other in a local grocery store.
So I worked 8 days a week, and it was a phenomenal foundation. I mean, the grocery store particularly. It was like the gathering point of all the Greeks. And I got to know them all, and dealing with people has been the foundation of my success, I believe.
Aris's leadership skills started to take shape at an early age. While attending Patterson High School, he was elected class treasurer, and a year later, class president. In 1966, he earned his college degree in electrical engineering at Johns Hopkins and began his career at Westinghouse. 32 years later, and after holding numerous positions of increasing scope, including Chief Technology Officer at the company's Pittsburgh headquarters, Aris retired from Westinghouse, reporting a profit of $500 million per year.
As successful as the business side was, the technology that was developed during that period, it was breakthrough after breakthrough every day to improve radar performance. That was our primary product. But all those technologies found themselves into Apple computers, iPhones, computers of all kinds. We were at the beginning of a huge technology revolution.
Aris went on to complete his graduate work at George Washington in 1969, and soon after, completed more graduate work at both Catholic University and Harvard Business School. He also served as CEO of the Thermoelectron Corporation, managing research and product development. Later, he founded Armel Scientifics, investing in over 40 startup technology companies.
He's probably the wisest man in Maryland. Sometimes I refer to him as the ambassador of Maryland. What's so great about Aris and many things is that he realizes when he's helping somebody, he's making the world a better place.
So he went on to do other things, and one of the things he did was he became the State Secretary of the Department of Business and Community Development. He was outstanding in that position. Public service is just an incredibly fun job. I had always been interested in economic development and had gotten lots of experience through the 80s. So when I got cut loose as a secretary, I mean, I touched every corner of the state.
While serving as senior advisor for enterprise development at Johns Hopkins University, Aris co-authored the book, Innovation, the Key to Prosperity, where he writes, "We must emphasize high standards to ensure our children are intellectually prepared to contribute and thrive in an innovation economy."
The beauty of this country is the cultural mosaic and the contribution that gets made every day by new people that enter our society and are willing to accept the American cultural mosaic.
Accepting and contributing to this cultural mosaic has been the thriving force behind Aris's motivation to give. In 2014, he was named Philanthropist of the Year, due in part to the very role he plays today as chairman of the board for the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation.
It allowed us to build, because really in cystic fibrosis, the big change has gone from being a pediatric illness to one where there's more adults now. Aris has been there through all that.
Aris has led us for over a decade. I can't think of a day that I haven't talked with him and a day that he hasn't offered to help.
What Aris has impressed on me from the first day that we met was that to be a true business leader, you also had to be very involved and be a leader in the philanthropic world.
But over my 50-some years in business, It's been mentoring people and developing people for careers and for top leadership roles in their industries. That's been the most satisfying part of what I've done.
Today, Aris shares his vast array of experience with faculty and students at Stevenson University as interim dean of the Brown School of Business and Leadership. And when asked about retiring from the demands of a busy work schedule,
No. What's every day's if people ask me any plans for vacation, hell no, every day's vacation.
for leading innovation, inspiring work ethic, and community involvement, the Maryland Chamber of Commerce proudly inducts Aris Melissaratos into its Maryland Business Hall of Fame.